Hello, this is Srinivas from IBM QRadar team, and today in this video we are going to see how we can import the users in the UBA app using the AD or the LDAP. The IBM QRadar user behavior analytics app help us to determine the risk profile of the user inside our network and to take action when the application alerts us about the threatening behavior of the user. In the UBA app, the user import wizard helps us to import the user from the LDAP server and Active Directory server, from reference table, and from the CSV file directly into the UBA application. Let's check how we can import the users in the UBA using the LDAP. To do so, we need to click on the UBA application, then the user import window on the UBA dashboard. Once UBA user import tab was open, we need to configure the user import profile. To do so, we need to click on the add button. Once we click on the add button, we need to select the source from which we want to import the user. In this example, we are going to import the users from the LDAP or AD, so we need to click on the LDAP or AD icon. Once we click on the LDAP or AD icon, the LDAP server configuration page was open. In this page, we need to provide the LDAP server configuration. So we need to provide the LDAP server IP or the host name, the username and password which help us to connect to the LDAP server. So I have put the LDAP server IP, the username and the password. Once we provide this information, we need to click on the advanced setting. In the advanced setting, we need to provide the base DN. Using base DN, we can import the users. In the filter criteria, we are providing the object class equal to person, but depending upon your requirement, you can use SAM account name or any other attribute which help us to identify the users. Then we need to click on the test connection. Once the test connection is successful, we need to click on the next button. So in the next page, some other settings we need to provide such as the configuration name, polling interval and the retrieval limit. So the configuration name help us to understand from which LDAP or AD server we are importing the users in the UBA. The polling interval is currently set to 24 hours. So the polling interval is how frequently the UBA app will query the LDAP or AD server to get a new user data. Next is a retrieval limit. The retrieval limit is the limit in the single poll how many users will get imported in the UBA app is the retrieval limit. So once we fill all the details, we need to click on the next, review the summary and click on the save. So once we click on the save button, the user input profile is getting added in the import configuration. Then we need to click on the import data. Once we click on the import data, we can see the last poll status is Q and it has extracted 59 users. After that, depending upon the coalescing parameter, the status will change to coalescing and after that in the successful. Once the user import is succeed, we need to go on the UBA dashboard and check the user import count. So let's go on the UBA tab and see the user import count. So once we refresh the UBA dashboard, we can see user import count. So this is how we can import the users in the UBA application using the LDAP or AD. Thank you for joining us. If you need more assistance, use the link in the description.